Welcome to the Prepped and Polished podcast, the podcast that empowers you to take control of your education, featuring weekly interviews with influencers in the world of education, as well as tutoring tips, lessons, and updates. And now, here's your host, Alexis Avila.
I'm Alexis Avila, your host of the Prepped and Polished podcast. This is episode 219. If you want to get in contact, get in touch with us, go to our website, preptandpolished.com, and a chat box will pop up, and you can type in your questions into that box. If you need our help with tutoring, we're happy to help you, 781-753-9951, or you can email us, or just go to preptandpolished.com. You'll be fine. Okay, so let's get right to today's podcast, 5 things parents worry about the most with college admissions. So basically, having done this for quite a while, tutoring and interacting with all different kinds of families, all trying to get their student into college. There's a lot of worries that go around, quite a bit of anxiety, and I just kind of compiled this list of 5 things that I see most parents, not all parents, but where this anxiety is coming from. The first worry that parents have about the college admissions is that college is expensive. So, basically I just got back from University of Michigan, and I was talking to my Uber driver who works in college admissions. And she basically said, for in-state, University of Michigan is $25,000 a year just for tuition. Double that if you're out of state, $50,000 a year. Triple that if you're international student. So these are the climates. This is the time that we live in now. College admissions, or colleges tuition has risen quite a bit over the years, and it's causing stress. And that is just one of the worries that parents have. It's like, okay, I can try to help my student get into college. Will I be able to afford college? And that is, what a lot of families share, that stress about how expensive college is. Another thing that parents worry about the most with college admissions, I find, is that competition. Everybody's just anxious because it's so competitive to get into most colleges, with the flux of applicants who are applying for colleges. A lot of students today apply to a lot of colleges, and therefore it makes it more competitive. So to get into college, so I hear it over and over again, but superstar academic students are getting rejected to Harvard and the Yales and the top schools. Northeastern down the street from the Prepped and Polished office is now extremely competitive as well. Wasn't necessarily the case 20 years ago. So competition's fierce. Every family is trying to make their student marketable to colleges and make try to put their best foot forward. So, and it causes anxiety and it causes worry. So that's just another thing parents worry about the most with college admissions. Another is that I find that a lot of families share is that they worry if their kid is going to be happy at the college he or she decides to go to. So that's probably, and this is in no particular order. I just kind of threw down a list. It's just what I find. It's my opinion, but I do see that a lot of families at the heart of it, at the core of it, they just want to make sure that their child is happy. It's a big decision. It's an expensive decision, but when all is said and done, your student's in college. They worry to see. They worry if she's going to be happy, if she's going to make friends, is she going to take advantage of the experience, or on the flip side, will Will he be very depressed at the college? Will he, kind of isolate himself? So parents aren't going to be, in the same house as their child. So now it's like a lot of the unknown. And whenever something is unknown, it causes anxiety. So will my child be happy at the school he or she makes? Another worry that parents have. A lot of parents share different families. Another worry, and this is something I kind of overheard, and I was like, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I heard a college admissions consultant in one of my circles say that parents really worry about whether their child's going to be safe at the college she goes to. So it kind of goes along with happiness and lifestyle in the college, but they just, again, parents have lived with their child, some, not all parents, some parents, for 17, 18 years. So they were able to protect their child. Now they can't. They're going to be, a lot of students kind of, unless you, commute to college and you still live at home, you're going to be, at a dorm and you're going to be living away from your family, and the parents aren't going to be able to kind of watch over you, and you have to kind of take care of yourself. You have to grow up. And parents are worried about that. They want to make sure it's very important that their child's safe. They worry about their children, and that's just another worry they have. And then the fifth thing that parents worry about the most with college admissions is how will my child be financially stable after college? And it kind of goes along with some of the other ones, but now it's like they're thinking about, okay, did my child make the right decision going to a college? Is going to be happy in college? Is going to be safe? But I'm also worried about how she's going to do. Is she going to find a job after college? Parents are worried about that before you even get into college. They just want to make sure their child is set for the future and happy. They're financially, secure, happy, not depressed, can function, be a functioning member of society, and be stable and be able to, maybe one day afford a house, and, get married and all that good stuff. So, but it is just one of the worries, and I'm not saying that this is a new worry, but these are 5 things that I tend to find that parents worry about the most with college admissions today. So, ways to alleviate these worries. One thing you want to do is just make sure when you're applying for colleges, do your research first. There are a lot of schools out there, and it's really up to you to be your own advocate and find the best fit schools for you, where you think you're going to be the happiest and maximize your abilities. And when you apply for schools, don't just apply to a bunch of reach schools. Just because your next door neighbor is applying doesn't mean you have to apply too. Instead, just have a nice healthy list of best fit schools, target schools, maybe a few safeties in case it's really competitive out there and you just get rejected a lot. And then you could always apply for some reach schools as well. But also when you're applying, when you're in high school, just make sure you work on your well-roundedness. That's what colleges like to see. They don't like to just see top SAT scores, but make sure you take advantage of leadership opportunities when they present themselves. Stay physically fit. Try to engage in sports if you can, or art, and if you're more of a creative type. And also just work on being a good person, and work on volunteer, and give back. And colleges just like to see that you're going to be a good kid, basically, on their campus, and not a problem. And then finally, another thing that comes to my mind is if you're a family listening to this, just make sure, one way to alleviate all these worries is just make sure that you have a lot of together time. Shut off the technology and just, go on hikes together if you can. Just reserve some family time, because, your child's going to be leaving the nest, and you're not going to have as much. So just embrace good family time, and allow that time to, be there, and it's a good way to teach your child how to conduct themselves in college and have some good talks. My parting advice is just don't look over your shoulder all the time. That's what's causing all the anxiety. Everybody's trying to be somebody they're not, and trying to look over the shoulder. And if their next door neighbor is applying to 5 Ivy League schools, well, then I have to apply to Ivy League schools. I have to play 3 instruments. And you don't have to play 3 instruments. You just want to be the best you can be. So follow your own path. All right. This was episode 219. Tune in for our next episode. It'll be 220. Thank you for joining us on the Prep to Polish podcast. Now go out there and take control of your education.
You've been listening to the Prepped and Polished podcast. For more information, check out preppedandpolished.com. Also, you can follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Thanks for listening. Class dismissed.